Eddy is physically here with us. You may leave a question in the Q&A section below during the presentation, which will be answered. For a more specific question, APulsar welcomes you to get in contact directly so we may provide you with the best answer. With me this morning at APulsar Technologies, it's Eddy Chew, our speaker.
Hi, everyone.
And Kevin Yap, our in-house network engineer.
Hi.
Right. So at APulsar, our main role is attending two mission-critical areas: industrial networking and uninterrupted power, offering solutions to ensure the integrity of customers' industrial networks and keep operations running with uninterrupted power. APulsars don't just provide the hardware, we have the technical engineers assist customers with technical installation. We're pleased to be channel partner. Eddy provide you with a more comprehensive overview of APulsar later. Now, MOXA is the leading provider of industrial networking, computing, and automation solutions. With over 30 years of experience, they're the world's #1 in serial devices. MOXA has successfully connected 60 million devices worldwide, enabling their customers with automation and remote data gathering. Globally, MOXA has 13 offices in 4 continents and over 70 countries covered by distribution channels. Now, to introduce our speaker, today's webinar will be delivered by Eddy Chew, APulsar's in-house technical sales and account manager. Now, he's a 10-year veteran in the field of automation systems. And over the years, he has developed valuable understanding of the overall automation process from instruments, networking to software. Eddy has helped his client design and implement various automation infrastructure that enable industrial automation as well as remote client data collection, monitoring, and controls. His specialty is factory automation and remote site connections. Eddy is now ready to share his years of experience to help clients achieve a reliable automation process, saving time and cutting down operation costs. Now on to the presentation.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Eddy here from APulsar Technologies. I'm glad to happy to present to you today. All right, before today, we are going to our main topics. We call it MRC solutions, MOXA MRC solutions. I'd like to giving some 5 minutes time to actually introduce my companies. My company's name is APulsar Technologies Sdn Bhd. We are located in Malaysia. We are the local based companies. What we're actually doing is we actually deal with mission critical applications. How we consider mission critical applications, like giving examples like these factories that have running some 24/7 productions, but they don't even wanted to have a downtime for their productions. So we consider this as a mission critical applications. So our goal is to ensure business continuity for our clients' mission critical operations. All right. So what is the services we are offering to our client is to assist or to collaborate with our partners in the design and delivery of reliable industrial networkings. I'm giving some examples here. On my right hand side, basically is a ring topologies, a basic ring topologies systems, whereby when one of the links or rings is actually dropped or broken, we are still able to continue to send back the data back to the systems without any interruptions. All right. So beside this, we also help to optimize power management solutions for our clients. So that's why when it comes to the pictures, we have the uninterrupted power supplies to helping customers to increase or to improve their power solutions. Right. So we are glad to be a partners of 2 brands, which is Delta and MOXA. Delta will be focusing on these power solutions, and MOXA will be on the industrial networking and communications solutions. Okay, this is the slide where more details we're showing that where Delta and MOXA is actually focusing on. Right, for Delta basically is focusing on micro and modular data centers. We offering a range of data centers power UPS, iron power supply, and the data center infrastructures management, and for the precision cooling system as well. And for MOXA, we're actually focusing on industrial Ethernet switches, routers, gateways, industrial wireless LAN, remote automation smart IOs, and serials USB field bus gateway, and edge to cloud solutions. Edge to cloud solutions could be IoT gateways and IoT solutions. Alright, so the slide basically is showing you that's where's actually APulsar's technologies coverage. So we're actually focusing into multiple sectors and industries, from data centers, power substations, telecommunications, factories, automations of manufacturing, transportation, even the oil and gas as well. All right. As an APulsar technology standpoint, we are companies. We also always do marketing events to actually promote our solutions and our services to our clients. That's why when we come to the pictures, we will see a lot. We actually participate a lot of these events, like these Asia's IoT business platforms, which is mainly talking of the IoT solutions, and the FA solutions days for FMM, which mainly for these factory automation solutions, and semicons, Southeast Asia, and also the PSDC Industrial 4.0. And we also, from time to time, we also giving product updates to our clients. So we will actually have seminars to actually introduce our new products. This is part of our product, our company's events. We should have more in later. Right. This is some of our project reference. We have did actually with our clients, with even these industrials, factory automations, or even in the data centers for UPS. Hi everyone, my name is Eddy Chew. I'm account manager from APulsar Technologies. All right, come back to our main topic today. Our main topic today will be MOXA Secure Remote Access Solutions for IIoT. All right, before come to the presentations, I would like to share you one video so you have more better understanding before we come to presentations.
Traditionally, when you get emergency calls from customers regarding machine breakdown or malfunction, it's difficult to know what exactly has caused the problem. The only way to find out is to send your machine technicians out for an on-site visit. But no matter where you send them, it requires a significant amount of time and money. Even worse, the increased downtime can result in customer dissatisfaction. Machine OEMs often turn to remote access to try and reduce after-sales maintenance costs and efforts. However, remote access is not always easy. You'll face a number of challenges. First, is your remote access solution secure? It could be vulnerable to man-in-the-middle attacks or could open access to your machines to anyone through the internet. Second, there are difficulties with deployment. You need personnel with extensive IT experience, as well as constant back-and-forth communication to deal with complicated tasks, such as changing your firewall settings and reconfiguring IP addresses. Last but not least, traditional VPN remote access lacks flexibility and scalability. You need to set up VPN tunnels one by one, requiring a significant amount of time and complex management. With all of these complexities, is there any way to make things easier? Now there is. Introducing the MOXA Remote Connect Suite, an advanced, secure remote access solution that makes connecting to your machines easy, secure, and flexible. Setup is easy, just plug and play. Remote access is automatically configured, and smart IP mapping does the work for you. It's also firewall friendly, making deployment a snap. MOXA Remote Connect offers end-to-end encryption and access control for enhanced security to keep unauthorized users out. It maximizes flexibility and scalability, allowing you to remotely manage any number of machines, users, or locations, so you can meet the needs of your project. To remotely connect to your machines, saving you time and money for both maintenance and troubleshooting. It also allows you to sell services as well as machines, increasing customer satisfaction and taking your business to the next level. This complete package comes with the MOXA Remote Connect server and client software, and a hardware gateway. MOXA Remote Connect, the ideal solution for secure remote access. Contact us directly or visit MOXA's website to learn more.
Alright, come back to the slide. I hope just now the video is able to giving you more understanding about these MRC solutions. What is MRC solutions? Right. So basically, MRC solution is doing a remote access to your machines to do actions like remote maintenance or troubleshootings. Giving some information to you that about 60 to 70% operations problems is in machines. It's simply require a software to upgrade or some parameters to change to fix the problems. So when it comes to this kind of situations, user can do those things remotely. So which help them lower down maintenance costs dramatically. Furthermore, in the case some of the users about new business models that they can provide maintenance service by leveraging remote access solutions. Okay, and there is some highlight here about these MRCs, about the goods and the benefits advantage of these MRCs, which is the security, easiness, and flexibility. All right, from this diagram, basically you may see how is the traditional ways people forming the connections in between the remote machines and control rooms through they may be able to send data from the control room to the remote machines. All right, but I always receive questions from my clients said that, hi Eddie, do you think these connections, the remote connections is secure enough? Then will my data actually leak up to a third party? My answers always to my client is yes, there is a possibility of the data you leak up to a third parties. As I said, there is a variant abilities whereby the hackers or the third parties may be able to access through the internet and remote access to your machines to change the parameters of your machines and control your operations of your factories. I mean, this is the variabilities because your data is not encrypted. Your data is frozen directly from your control room to your remote access machines without any encryptions. All right, so from the previous slide, basically we understanding some of the most of the user, the operators, they have concerns on the security level. What is the security levels when they're using the remote access solutions? So I think in this way, MOXA doing a very well plannings and they're thinking how to enhance the security levels, the security experience when doing the remote access solutions. Okay, so that's why I would like to highlight 2 points for our MOXA MRC solutions. The first one is data privacy. So the data basically will be encrypted from the MRC from end-to-end encrypted connections, again man in the middle attacks. So the data will be encrypted from the starting point MRC and sent to the remote connect site and decrypt the data. So in the middle, if let's say somebody is attacked in the middle, they will still not able to encrypt or decrypt the data. All right. So and second things will be the data will store in any servers and cloud. Right. So the next thing is the service and time-based permissions. This is always a worry from our clients. Customer can do a control to the incoming access, whereby by time service based and time-based and service-based permissions. Right. So from the previous slide, basically I have introduced everyone this how MRC actually doing the data encrypt from end to end to actually prevent the middlemen to attacks. Right. So in this slide, basically, I would like to introduce you another security features for MRCs, which is the service and time-based permissions. Right. So we have a device-based permissions, whereby customers, the challenge is always is customers do have concerns that they will only allow the trusted people to access to the device. Okay, imagine today's there is a gateways, MRC gateways behind could be connects to device A, B, C, D. All right. So whereby customers only allow the engineer A access to a device A. So with MOXA solution, basically we can do a device-based, right? This is a device-based control, and we also allow this service-based control, whereby I only allow the certain services which is able to access or do control by these engineers. All right. So we also do have these time-based permissions, whereby somehow customers always have a challenge that during this operation time, during this factory operations, there might be have a lot of interference from the contractors that will access for troubleshootings. So to actually prevent these situations, actually MOXA create a solutions whereby they're doing a time-based permissions, whereby during the time periods, giving examples like from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. is a time of troubleshooting periods. So they from this periods they will only allow the contractors to access. They will only allow access during these periods. Out of these periods, basically they will stop the services automatically. Right. So the last one will be the USB key controls. So somehow this gateway, the MRC gateways, customer don't like people to remote access without any key license. So you can actually insert the key license into a USB key. So customer can control using the USB thumb drive to when the thumb drive is plugged into the gateway, they will now allow the connections, the remote connections from the contractors or from the engineer side. So if you plug off this USBs, you actually disallow, you will stop the services of the connections. Right. So during this slide, basically I will talk about the key features of easiness for effortless deployments. So we talk about how easy it is to actually set up these MRC gateways. So in the traditional ways, people always need to spend a lot of time to actually set up this a remote access gateway. So whereby you need to consider a lot of these port forwardings features, firewall features. You have to have an IT site whether they are allowed us to access through their firewall or not. But with using MRC solutions, we don't have this kind of issue. I would say we is a plug and play devices, whereby all the settings you may able to set two-way. First, you may able to set in your MRC gateway devices with a few steps. And second things, you'll be able to set through the cloud services. Actually, MRC servers is a cloud services. We able for you to do the configurations, pre-do the configurations, and you download to the USB and you plug into a device, an MRC device, and save all the configurations into a device, and you may able to pass the MRC gateway to your clients and install in front of the machines. Then you will able to do a remote access from the control room to the remote machines directly. This is a plug and play without furthermore feature. All right. So second thing I would like to highlight to you is robust firewall friendly. So you don't have much more concerns about firewalls or traditional ways. People make concerns about IT people's office firewalls. So with this, we have actually have a firewall friendly features. So third is IP change free. So imagine that you have imagine today you have a multiple site, you have a multiple machines. They're actually running is the same IP. It's the same IP, but you don't have a way because it's old machines. Then you don't have a way to change the IP. It's a fixed IP. Imagine, giving example like the machine is running on 1.1 and the machine 2 is running as 1.1 as well. As you mentioned, as you know, this is giving you a IP crashing problems when you connect into the same networks. But with using MRC's gateway, actually MRC gateway is able to helping you to do a IP mapping, IP remappings, right? Imagine today you are machine 1 1.1, machine 2 1.2. They will actually help you to remap to the other IP, which is like 0.1 or 0.2. But this is auto mappings, features. But of course, if you would like to have your own IP mappings, then you can do your own manually to change the IP in the gateway. Let's say, imagine you should change from 1.1 to 0.3, from machine 2 1.1 change to 0.4. Yep. Right. If you use these MRC gateway solutions today, you may able to create flexibilities for different scenarios, such as you can create many clients access to one gateway, and you can create many clients to multiple gateway, and even you can connect using a mobile clients connections, multiple mobile client connections connect to a multiple gateway. And even you can, if let's say today you have a machines talking to machines, you're able to configure as a machines to machines connections. And even today you have a different kind of site, a different site. Imagine that is a site A, B, C, D. You're still able to configure as a site to site connections. Right, so I guess in the few previous slide we are talking about these features about the MRC solutions. Right, so we talk about these securities on the MRC gateway, and we talk about these flexibilities on the MRC gateway, and also talk about the easiness of the MRC gateways, how it's actually a very quick configurations with a plug and play devices. Right, so basically if you're interested to use MRC solutions, basically what we offer to you is we are required to purchase once, we are only required to use one gateway, and this gateway basically will be put at the remote site there. So okay, the MRC gateway could be connect to your PLC, connect to your machinery. Okay, so after that, when you purchase the MRC gateway, actually we're getting one cloud-based server software. We call it MRC server, and actually MRC server is sitting on the cloud. Right? So basically, what is this MRC server doing is it's actually used to build connections in between the gateway with these remote clients. Right? So what actually, and the other features MRC server able to do is able to do management of your gateway. Imagine today you have your multiple gateway. So how you actually manage them in the way of very convenience. So with MRC servers, you actually can manage the multiple gateway and knowing their status as well, right? So beside this, we're also able to do the pre-configurations for the MRC gateway. You may just create the configurations in the cloud base, and you will download into a thumb drive and connect the thumb drive into a gateway and save all the configurations into the gateway. That's all. Right. So that should be two business models for using these MRC servers. At this moment, MOXA is giving a license of the MRC server account, which is the server account will be sitting on MOXA platforms, which is hosted by MOXA. But if let's say today you may have in future you may thinking like in future you may have more than one unit, you may have download, you may have using this as your download it as a own to your own servers or private servers, then you can build your own server. You can install your this MRC server into your private cloud or private servers, right? So thirdly will be the remote access clients. The remote access client basically is using for the remote client side. This could be installed in this a PC or the servers or even the mobile app as well. All right. So this three is a must to implement when you're using an MRC solutions. Okay, I think just now what we have mentioned about is what is the must when we implement these MRC solutions. Okay, that's why we're also offering two type of business models. Our first business model is a remote access services hosted by MOXA. How to say is remote access services hosted by MOXA? Right. So when you purchase one MRC gateway, then you will giving one MRC server account. Alright. Then you will be giving the MRC's client software. The MRC client software basically is a freeware. You can download it from a MOXA website. Okay. So what is the detailed package you will get for this business model number one? Okay. First, you will get a concurrent nodes. Default is five concurrent nodes and can be extended. And secondly, is a monthly bandwidth default is 5 gig and can be extended. Monthly bandwidth default is fine. It's a free 5 gig giving from MOXA. So means to say there is a download uploads. We consider as a total bandwidth within this 5 gigs, which is free given by MOXA. So user can add gateway if more devices need to be connected and so on. Right. Okay, so I will actually like to explain a little bit on the 5 concurrent nodes. Just now what I mentioned in the previous slide. All right. So the 5 concurrent nodes, actually how we calculate as a 5 concurrent nodes is if let's say you have 2 users, 1 gateway, right? So this is we consider as 1, 2, 3 concurrent nodes, right? So today, if let's say you have 3 users, 1, 2, 3, and the others, you may consider it as a 3 gateway, 1, 2, 3 gateway. But what I mentioned is we have a 5 concurrent users. Means to say you might able to have either 3 users or 2 gateways, or either 2 users or 3 gateways to make it as a 5 concurrent users access. All right. I hope this is understand. Right. So just now we are talking about the business models number ones, whereby this MRC server will sit on these MOXA platforms and host by MOXA. MOXA will giving a 5 concurrent nodes and 5 gigs data bandwidth every month. All right. So if let's say client would, we have another business model type, which is business model number 2, build your own servers, whereby clients to able to build the MRC server on top of their own private servers. It could be a private cloud server or on-premise servers. All right. So currently there is the concurrent nodes can be up to 5,000 nodes. Of course, this is subject to a license basis. All right. So come to the product spec for the MRC gateway. Basically, we have 2 types of product spec. First is this LTE models and non-LTE models. All right. If you are using for the remote site, which is no internet access, then you may consider of using the LTE models. But if let's say your remote site already do have a local LAN, then you may can just using a LAN models. Okay, I would like to showing these tables. Actually, this is the best tables which may able to let you have a better understanding between traditional VPN technologies and using a cloud-based secure remote access. We call it MRC solutions. Okay, with the traditional VPN technologies, you need a VPN expertise basically to create the VPN tunnels for the remote connections, right? Imagine there is especially for the OT side, most of these engineers or operators may not have the knowledge of IT, how to set up these VPNs. Okay, so you may using, compared to you are using the MRC solutions, this is not requires a VPN knowledge and just a plug and play is very easy, right? So on the security parts, you need this firewall expertise, but for MRC solution, it's just a service-based remote access control. And on the flexibilities, for the traditional VPNs setup, you need to have change a lot of IT firewall policy, and also you need to take care of the IT site IP management. So you worry as there is IP crashings or whichever. But for MRC solution, it's not. You no need to change the IT policies. You no need to change the network configurations as well, because it is an independence. Even when there is IP crashings, they will auto help you to remapping the IPs, as I mentioned before. Right, and the maintenance for the traditional VPN technologies could be slow and difficult to troubleshooting. So imagine today you are connect only one gateway, one VPN's tunnel, then should be easy. But if let's say imagine that you have a multiple site, 10 multiple site, 10 remote site, then how is the maintenance? It would be slow and difficult to troubleshooting. Compared to using MRC, it's a centralized management for quick troubleshooting and monitoring. Okay. Right. So basically the slide showing some real case which is applied by our clients, by the customers. So customer using the MRCs gateways to install in front of the CNC machines, whereby this engineer is from another country or another stage. So the engineer able to remote access to the CNC machines to do some actions, remote upload, download CNC data, remote monitoring on CNC operation stated, and remote parameters editing, display and transferring on NC control, and so on. So actually this is to reduce this travel time and the travel cost from the customer's point of views. This actually help our customer a lot, and customers are really appreciate about this MOXA MRC solutions. Right. So this is another case, another applications whereby customer using the MRC solutions to actually remote access to do the remote updates on the controller and remote log retrieving for the troubleshooting of the robotics.
Okay, that was Eddy's crash course for us into MOXA's Remote Connect. Now, to further demonstrate the MRC capabilities, APulsar and MOXA have prepared a live demo and I will now pass this on to our network engineer, Kevin Yap, to give us a thorough walkthrough. If you have any questions at any point, please feel free to ask them in the Q&A segment below.
Okay, hi, good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Okay, good morning. My name is Kevin Adam Yap from APulsar Technology, and I'm the network engineer here. And today I'll be showing you a brief demo on how the MRC gateway works. Okay, for this particular demo, we will use this particular setup, as you can see on my screen here. Okay, this setup is currently located in MOXA, Taiwan, and we are currently located in PJ Kuala Lumpur. So we will be accessing this MRC gateway in order for us to access this Siemens PLC and PowerFlex motor. Okay, in this demo, we will just show a simple demonstration on how we power on this motor and change the fan speed. This camera will show the device while we are doing the particular demo. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, first of all, this is the remote, MOXA remote client. You will be using this to access the MRC gateway. Okay, you need a key in order for you to access the MRC gateway. This key, you can download it from the MRC server as previously mentioned by Eddy. Once you've created the client, you upload the key here, you click apply, then you test the connection. Make sure it is online so that you can communicate with the quick link server, the MRC server. Then you click sign in. Give it a second to establish connection. Okay, so once the connection is established, it will show sign in. As you can see here in the device pool tab, there's a Profinet demo. This Profinet demo is the MRC gateway. This device, we name it as Profinet demo. Okay, So in order for you to create a tunnel, a connection to the MRC gateway, you need to click this button. Once you click this button, all of the devices connected to the MRC gateway, you can access it. Okay, before that, I would like to show you this is the current screen for the camera that is showing all the MRC devices. So once I click connect, it creates a tunnel and connect to the other side in MOXA Taiwan. And now, as you can see, we can connect to their camera. Okay, so this is the setup in MRC Taiwan, in MOXA Taiwan, sorry. Okay, so now I'll be showing you on how I will power on this motor and change the fan speed. Okay. Okay, this is the Siemens automation portal for the PLC devices in Taiwan. Give it a sec. It takes time to load. If you have any question, please feel free to ask after the demo. Okay, so this is the PLC devices. We will try and connect and make sure it is able to be connected. Okay, it's attempting to connect to the device. It takes a few seconds to connect. Okay, as you can see, the scan and information retrieval is complete. So we click go online. So when we click go online, the connection to the PLC is established. Sorry for the slowness, as we are remoting to Taiwan, so the connection is. Okay. Okay, as you can see, if the PLC connection is established, you can see a green check mark here. Okay, and you can see here connected to PLC via address. Then okay, this is the remote. Okay, now we want to power on the power flex motor next. Give it an IP address. This is the Siemens integrated automation portal. It doesn't concern the MRC, so this is just to show the Siemens, to connect to the Siemens devices. It takes some time. Give it a few seconds. Okay, the scan is complete. Go online. So now we are able to connect to both of the devices. Oh, sorry. This. All right. Give it a few seconds for the green check mark to appear. And there you go. So now all the device is able to connect. We are able to connect to all of the devices in MOXA Taiwan. So I will show you how I will. Okay, I will power on the motor. Currently, the motor is not moving. As you can see in this screen here. Okay, number 18 and number 19 is the tag for the motor. As you can see, this is to power on and power off. The 19 tags is to control the fan speed. Currently, it is at false. So we will modify the value to true. Oops, sorry. And we've changed the fan speed to 500. Okay, so we have changed to true and 500. Now let's see the motor. As you can see now, the motor is moving. Okay, so the connection is established. The remote access is successful. Just to show you another thing, we can change the fan. As you can see now, the fan speed is quite slow. We can change the fan speed faster. The maximum is 4,000, but we just show 3,000. We just put it as 3,000. Sorry. Okay, we've changed it to 3,000. Now, okay, let's see. Now the motor is moving faster than the previously shown. Okay, so that's about it. That is the end of the demo. So the MRC gateway is one of the best device for you to purchase in order for you to simplify your remote connection. If let's say you have any device you want to remote, MRC gateway is one of the best solutions because, like Eddy mentioned previously, it is very easy to set up. It takes only about 5 to 10 minutes for you to set up this MRC gateway, and yeah, after that you can remote any device you want to remote. So if you have any question, please feel free to ask.
Okay, thank you so much, Kevin, for that fascinating demonstration. We are now at our Q&A segment. Thank you guys so much for sitting through the webinar. Now, if you have any question, please feel free to ask right now. Eddy is with me here. And if you want any more specific question directed to specific industries, please feel free to email Eddy on this email listed here, Eddy Chew at apulsar.com.my.
Hi everyone, my name is Eddy here. I think just now Kelvin did a very good demo to everyone. It actually showed how easiness of this the setup of these MRCs. It's just pretty sure just send you a key, then you just insert into your MRC client. Then you're able to connect to your MRC gateway. It's pretty straightforward, I would say. Take you about 5 minutes to set up. So compared to a traditional way, it's probably take you more step and more complicated way to do it. So I hope these presentations and these demos give you have a more better understanding about MOXA MRC. So feel free to ask me any questions to ask me about the MRCs, or you have any other concerns about the MRCs. Please feel free to leave a message or ask right now. So if you feel shy to ask about question, you can just email to me anytime. Yeah, my email is actually shown front of this page, eddy.chew@apulsar.com.my. I will provide my numbers personally later if let's say you text me later, or if let's say you email to me.
Okay, we have two questions here by Muat. So the first question is, what's the latency on this device? And the second question is there a way to show and verify the link is secure?
Okay, maybe I answer this first question. What is this latency? Basically, the latency is very depends on the telco. The telco we call it internet. So it depends on what is the telco you're using. maybe you are using a DG, Celcoms, Maxis. So we are not very sure what is the latencies of this telco, but we can check. But what you see just now, we actually remote access to a Taiwan. So you may see the motor speed, whichever the actions we are doing, actually pretty considers very smooth. So if let's say this is within a locus, and then we will see this is more faster. Then this
second question is how to show and verify that the link is secure.
Okay, the questions show verify is the link is secure. The links you are mentioned is
the connection
in between the gateway and the MRC client, right? Okay, this is actually very technical questions. So maybe I need to file from my teams later or chat off with MOXA later and answer your questions. This is from Muhammad Zain.
Yes. If you don't mind, Eddy will send you directly an answer to that question.
Yes. Sure.
Okay. Now, if anyone else would have any questions, we have 10 minutes. Again, we'd just like to thank everyone for attending, and it's quite a fascinating technology here. Thanks to Kevin for demonstrating, and thank you, Eddy, for sharing. If no one else have any further questions, just remember you can always email eddy.chew@apulsar.com.my to submit any further inquiries regarding MRC or MOXA products.
Then if you, let's say you would like to have a further demo or further POC with your equipment or with your instruments, please feel free to contact us. So we may give you a visit to actually answer your questions and doing the demo to you. Okay.
We have a new question here. It's by Christopher. Question is this the same as a VPN?
To answer your question, yeah, the method is the same as a VPN, but the setup is much more simpler. As mentioned by Eddy in the previous slide, for VPN, you need to configure and set up a lot of things. You need to ensure your firewall is in tune. You need to ensure the IP address. You need to allow it, and you need to ensure the VPN setup is correct. For MRC gateway is actually quite simple. You just key in all the information it required is not that much, not that many. You can really set up the MRC within 5 to 10 minutes. After that, you can straight remote your device without any hassle. It will not be blocked by your firewall because it is firewall friendly. So it is similar to a VPN, but VPN takes much more effort and much more knowledge to set up. As for MRC gateway, anyone even without an IT background could set up the MRC gateway. So I hope that answers your question.
Right, that was a good explanation right there by Kevin.
If you have any further questions or you want us to show you face to face, you can always email Eddy, and we can always set up a POC or demo to you so that you can see how easy it is to set up the MRC gateway.
Yes, please.
Yes. Just as a reminder, we have another cybersecurity webinar this Thursday, happening at 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. It will cover OT cybersecurity, and it will cover topics like bolt-on cybersecurity and built-in cybersecurity. So if you're interested in protecting your assets from cybersecurity threats, please do join us for our next webinar in our Insight 4.0 series on cybersecurity this Thursday. Right, for now, we'll keep the session on for another 4 minutes. If there are any questions, we'll still be here. And once again, thank you guys so much for attending. It has been our pleasure to organize this event. Thank you guys so much. And thanks to FMM for helping out. All right, if there are no further questions, we'd just like to say a final thank you. Once again, everybody have a very good day. And we will close the session. And happy Malaysia Day tomorrow. Hope to see you guys on Thursday for our cybersecurity webinar.
Okay.
Right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thanks.